everybody. How y'all doing today? It's Coach Cotton here. So, had a thought I want to share with you all. And I titled this live Influencers. So now look, we're going to get into my thought. But first of all, I want to say, make sure y'all go ahead and follow me on all social media. Y'all know Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter. I'm everywhere. So go ahead and follow me there. Subscribe to my channels. So, y'all, I was thinking today. Well, actually, I've been thinking for a few weeks, actually, about influencers. So we hear this term. It is so popular, especially in the social media world, in creativity, in artistry. We hear a lot about influencers. Well, I was thinking about this, like I said, for a few weeks now, and a different thought about influencers came to mind. So there are several types of influencers. And again, we can take it from the creative side of like a content creator, a YouTuber who could be an influencer. But then this is my thing. There can be the right influence. There can be the wrong influence, right? And so I want to share with you all today about the cognitive part of being an influencer or being influenced by someone or something. So let's start on the negative and let's end on the high note, right, with the positive. So one thing about influencers, which are also leaders, I want to just say this off the rip. If you are an influencer and you think you are not a leader or some type of role model, I'm sorry to break the news to you, but you are. Influencers do just what the word says. They influence people. They admonish people or encourage people to do something. It could be good. It could be bad. They are very persuasive. They are very, again, creative, right, into what they say, in their actions. Let's use like YouTubers, for example. Like you got these content creators who are influencers. They can show you how to make money. They can show you how to make t-shirts or whatever the case may be. They have a lot of influence, right? Elon Musk, I'm going to use him as an example. So, good, not good. So, if you guys know anything about investing in cryptocurrency, you know, a lot of people, when the Shiba Inu came out, they went and invested, which it was good. You know, I think it's still good, to be honest. Well, a lot of people invested. Well, recently, Elon Musk came out and said he don't support or invest in Shiba Inu. Well, by him just making that comment or sharing his opinion, which is nothing wrong with that, because he has such a heavy influence on business and investing, so many people who had invested in Shiba Inu pulled out, right? So now the influencers, I would say like this, of Shiba Inu who came out with this, the creators of this or the founders of this currency and this investment are pissed, right, at Elon Musk. Why? Because when he just stated his opinion publicly, people was like, oh, well, if Elon Musk is not thinking that Shiba Inu is a good investment, I can't do it. And if they had done it, they pulled out. They pulled their funds out, their finances out, their investments out, and went elsewhere. Well, that's how big influencers can be. Again, whether you think that you are or are not, you're in a leader role. You're in a persuasive role. So the negative influence, and I'm not saying anything negative about Elon Musk but he's definitely an influencer. I know that the world can agree with me when I say, if Elon Musk supports something, most people are going to take it as a good investment. Same thing with the, with the whole Tesla ride, with the crypto, Bitcoin ride, all that, with the Twitter. Everybody, if Elon Musk said, most people think that that's gold, right? I don't agree with everything that he says or do, but however, he has a lot of influence. We can even take it to a president, or we can take it to a campaign leader, or we can take it to a spiritual leader. You expect for your pastor to tell you what's right, so leaders in the spiritual world and the pastoral world has a lot of influence. If T.D. Jakes say something, most people kind of believe it, right? They don't fact check what he says. And again, no dig on T.D. Jakes. I like him. He's cool guy. But if you hear some T.D. Jakes say something, most people are going to take what he says as face value, and they're going to trust it. They're going to have a type of belief system in it. He's an influencer, right? So this is what I want to get down to. I want to get down to the heart of the two sides of being an influencer. One, if you are, and you know you are, the responsibility that you have, I just pray that you understand what that accountability means. What do you mean, Coach Kai? So, if you are an influencer and you know it, in all good character, right, in good business, being a wholesome, stand-up person, you want to be an influencer that's going to bring and bear good fruit. You want to be an honest influencer, one of integrity. You want to be one who comes to be truthful to people. You don't want to be the manipulative, creator, schemer, scammer influencer. There are several influencers out here who have been gifted, who are talented with talking. They got a good talk game. Like, they could sell, they could sell a duck to water, water to a duck. They could sell ice to an Eskimo, all these things, because they just have this talent where they can talk. Everything they say, it sounds good. It sounds great. But what we have to start to do, one, with the influencer, we got to take accountability for what we say and how we influence. And I say we because I do consider myself an influencer. I'm a coach, so a lot of what I say comes with, one, validity, right? It comes with experience. It comes with some integrity, a lot of integrity, because that's my character, right? I know it sounds kind of cliche. Most people oh, if you gotta say you got a good character, you don't have a good character, but y'all know what I mean. I'm just expressing myself so you can follow me. But I used to do that too, well, you shouldn't tell nobody you good, because that means you're not good. But anyway, y'all know what I'm saying. So this is what an influencer should be. But we have some influencers out here, worldly, spiritual, faith-based, non-faith-based, whatever, that just talks a really good game and now have been placed in the category to where you are misleading with your influence. And this misleading or misconception or misunderstanding can jeopardize lives, right? So when you are an influencer, people, you gain a following, right? Most influencers, people following them. Again, like I started this off, subscribe to my social media, IG, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, right? So most influencers have a following, meaning what am I saying? People follow them. They trust what they say. They've proven it. They see, or at least by way of visual, they think that this person is doing great. If I could tell you, you can make $1 million in 6 months, and you see me driving a Lamborghini, and you see me at these different events, and you see me just making it rain everywhere, and that's not me, but y'all know what I mean. I'm just painting a picture here for you. Then you would believe my story that comes with my influence. Okay, it seems like, or it looks like, she's a millionaire, right? She's out here driving a luxury vehicle. She's out here living in the mansion. She's out here, at all these events, She dresses nice, but this is just could be something that I'm telling you, and I can post, and you just see something that would, in your opinion, align with what I'm saying for you to do. My influence upon you, right? So we got to remember that we have a following, right? So in this following, it is the influencer's responsibility, ownership, accountability to be a person of integrity when you're leading someone. That's why I said if you're an influencer and there's no way you cannot believe that you are not a leader, or that you are not one who can persuade people, or you're not one who does not have a following. You are a role model, whether you want to accept it or not, whether you agree with the position or not. But it's up to you to influence the right way. So let's talk about the negative influence. I have been seeing so much of, again, these people who have talent and the gift of gab, people who have the talent to just, talk a good game and make it seem as if to us who's watching, who's following, that everything's together. They will be the poster child spokesperson for getting a group of people excited in a negative manner. What do you mean, coach? Meaning we're pushing the wrong initiative. We're supporting the wrong agenda. This influencer, or these influencers, have a very ill motive. Now, one would argue and say, well, that's up to the follower to be the one to determine if this influencer is doing something negative, malicious, ill will. Well, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. And I'm not defending followers, and nor am I throwing influencers under the bus. But I want to say this: you have to be careful, because there is a such thing as a wolf in sheep's clothing. There is such thing as people who sound great, who can have smoke and mirrors, make it look like this is all grand over here, and barely got 2 pennies to rub together. So I feel strongly that it's the influencers or the leaders' integrity that should speak for them. Their character should show up when you have a group of people following you. You should not be one who's manipulative or creative in that way to where you can get over on someone. Because if I'm in a tight spot, right, and I'm looking for ways to earn extra money, and I may be on TikTok or I may be on YouTube, and I search how to make $1,000 in a day, or how to make $10,000 in a day, and of course all this content is going to come up, like just a plethora of content that fits exactly what I'm in search of. But the people who could be demonstrating or telling me how to do this may not be as forthcoming as I would hope them to be. They may not be as honest as I would like for them to be. Why? One, in this digital world, especially as a content creator or influencer on social media, we don't know these people. I mean, let's just be honest. We don't really know them personally. Like, I don't know Jay-Z. I don't know Beyonce personally. Do I feel like I know them? Yeah, I follow their music. I listen to it. But if I walked up to a Beyonce, she wouldn't know who I am from me. She would not know, probably call security, because I am being intrusive and invading her space. She doesn't know me. So, the same deal. We don't really know these influencers, right? But we'll trust because based on what we think we see. But let me tell you the flaw in that. We should not be trusting on what we see. We need to be fact checking some of this stuff, right? What I mean by fact checking is, do these people got receipts? Can they be validated? Why are we putting our trust in just what they say that they're doing? You know what I mean? Like, we got to do some research. We can't be so naive and so easily influenced, easily persuaded. Like, there should be a level of accountability on the follower's part, a level of accountability on the person who is in need. Because this is what happens when you are in search of something. There is a need that you feel like you are lacking. So you'll be quick to trust someone if it appears that they got what you need or can help you get what you need. We gotta kind of calm down with that. And I'm just gonna be honest with y'all, because this is how we can get caught up in the material things. We get caught up in what people are saying and what people are posting. And at the end of the day, we have no way to determine if this is true or not. We just don't. Like, because we don't know them. We don't know them. Now, granted, they could possibly have that lifestyle. But again, I don't know. I'm not being invited to no party on your yacht. Like, we don't know. So we got to be careful not to follow the wrong influence or influencer. Not to be so easily persuaded by what someone says if it's not in alignment with their actions, or be very cautious to what their actions look like. And what I mean by that is, I can post anything. I can post right now today a 6-bedroom house with a pool, with a Range Rover. This is all my dream, y'all. This is where I know the Lord is taking me. With a Range Rover parked out in front, a 3-car garage. You know, I can post all these things and you wouldn't know none the wiser. None the wiser. And say, this is my lifestyle, and yes, I've been invited here, and Only the people who really know me and know my lifestyle reality could call BS on that. But if you don't know me, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know if I was lying or not. So we have to, my point is, we have to kind of calm down on what we see in front of us. And let's do some research. Let's kind of put some facts behind what we're seeing, right? Let's do some due diligence before we just jump on the bandwagon, because we are in such of a need for money or a need of relationship or whatever. So now we get out here and we read all these books and we follow all these coaches, and now everything is just so fluffed up that we just following everything. We just influenced by everything. We so easily influenced because we are unfulfilled. We are missing out on what's important. Now, high note, positive influences. Those, again, like I described earlier, are those who operate in integrity, forthcoming, truthful, honest, persuasive in a good way. Those are the ones who typically have validation behind their name, have experience behind their name. They can support what they say and what they do, right? As an influencer, they can support it. It's not smoke and mirrors. It's not them trying to impress anybody. It's not them just trying to make a quick buck by deception, right? These are the influencers you want to try to follow. These are the influencers that you want, after you've done, again, your research, that you should follow and believe in. Because now everything they're saying, especially if it's a need that you have or something that you desire, you can physically see that this person is, on the up and up as an influencer. I really want to strongly encourage you guys to follow the right person. Right? Be influenced by the right person. Spiritually, with my faith, I'm getting people calling. Answer is important. Y'all know people is calling and everything, like always. When I'm doing a live or whatever. They texting. Lord have mercy. So, let I can do this. Look, I'm driving. I can't even, y'all know I can't multitask, right? Y'all know I'm not the best at trying to talk, drive, do it live, text. It's just too much. I want to be safe. So I'm going to have to wait on that. But anyway, I really want to encourage you guys to follow the right person. I want you guys to do your research. Just because it looks good don't mean it's all good, right? I want you to not be influenced by the wrong people or the wrong situation or the wrong circumstance, right? I want you to be influenced by the positive, the right situation. And in my faith, that's what I was trying to say before my phone started going crazy. In my faith, the best guide, the master of it all is Christ. He's the best influencer out there. He has all the right answers. He will not mislead, deceive, or anything like that. If you follow Christ, you're going to follow the right influencer across the board for whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is you need, whether it's provision, protection, security, understanding. That's the cat you want to follow, right? You want to follow Jesus Christ. But he should be your main influencer. And I'm not even talking about in the church. Yes, our pastor is great. I love my pastor. You know, I love my dad, who was my bishop as well. I love, you know, what they say, and I have done my due diligence. I do go back and make sure that I can fact check them. Hold on, y'all.